pick the most valuable.
Capodimonte is oftentimes explored as the applied ornament. Very, very almost garish pieces with applied ornament. You have a little bit of applied ornament here at the bottom where they sculpt a little ceramic flower and then they put it on top of the piece, and usually Capodimonte has a lot of that. Yours is much more subdued, reserved, dignified, not gaudy like some Capodimonte. It is gilded, it is hand-painted, and it is in the manner, of course, here's all the gilding of the gold leaf as well, 22-karat gold leaf, another piece of adornment, applied ornament here, and a little figure, a figure who is going to basically do the quadrille. The quadrille is a dance that was popular in the 1720s in a period known as the Rococo in France. This particular piece is a piece showing ladies who would go outside to a fête galante or an outdoor party, and they would dance the quadrille, where you would do that nice curtsy to your partner and you'd go around in a circle. Made famous by artists like Fragonard or Boucher or Watteau, the great French artist. This is an Italian figurine based on the images that are put forth by the French artists of the 1700s. This figurine is made in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's in gorgeous, perfect, pristine condition. Where did you get it?
In an estate sale.
In an estate sale of someone who never moved around in their house.
They had every single item labeled.
Every single item was labeled gorgeous. Was it an estate sale in Texas?
Dallas, yeah.
Okay, an estate sale in that area near Dallas. This particular piece is porcelain. It's beautifully done. There's not a scratch, there's not a mar, there's not an imperfection, there's not an abrasion, there's not an inclusion. It's gorgeous. Value on it about $1,200. It's beautiful. Because of its condition, it's beautiful. This particular piece really quite fine. That's gorgeous. That's amazing. What'd you pay at the estate sale? 25. Two smart ones. I first met those two, that young couple, the millennials who are collecting pieces from estate sales in Michigan, and then we've traveled together, and you followed me, followed you on Facebook and other places, and when you had a new job and you moved to Texas, all of a sudden you followed me some more. It's nice to see you still. We first met near Detroit. One of them has a missing head.
There's pieces in the bowl.
There's pieces in the bowl. Somebody's head is in here. That's too bad. Oh, there's two heads. Two have been decapitated. So they could just drop themselves back into the depths of hell. So all blue, right, cobalt, gorgeous glaze, earthenware ceramic fired at a low temperature. You know, in the kiln, in the oven, when you fire the ceramic, it's a low temperature. Porcelain's a high temperature, right? This is a low temperature. So how'd you buy it, how'd you acquire it?
I acquired it at the Scott Jones estate sale. He's an entrepreneur.
Who's Scott Jones? Should I know this guy? Is he important?
He did,
football player?
Or AOL or something like that. He invented voicemail.
He invented voicemail. Well, kind of important, right? What do you know about it?
Nothing.
Nothing, so you bought it. It's an estate sale, you figured he's a prominent person. I'm gonna go there, they're gonna have better stuff than if it were my estate sale or your estate sale. All right, I know you're all laughing. Oh no, Dr. Laura, your estate sale would be great. Not really. A lot of things for chocolate, you know. Chocolate candy dishes, chocolate molds, I like chocolate. Okay, so you've got this. And you bought this. Did you pay a lot for it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? What did you pay?
I paid $15.
You paid $15 because he wasn't even really involved. He's here because you're bringing two, Crystal. Crystal's like, you got to come with me to see Dr. Laurie because I'm getting a free appraisal and you're it. People bring dogs. They bring grandchildren who are just 2 months old. They bring all kinds of things. That's fine. I don't care. So, $15. Was it broken then?
Yes.
Oh, it was broken. Oh, well, it's broken. Forget it. You thought it was interesting. Did you hear that quote? I thought it was interesting, unique, unusual. That's my get out of jail free card. It doesn't have to be great or not decapitated heads because I thought it was interesting. Guess what's more interesting, Crystal? When the heads are not decapitated. That's more interesting. When it's in good shape. I know you're laughing, you can't believe I said it. I said it. I say worse. I'm cleaning it up for Indy. I'm kidding. This particular piece is very beautiful. Did you like the color? The color would go beautifully with your hair because it's complementary color pairs, the orange and the blue. value on your piece, which actually is made by a very well-known potter. This particular piece worth about $400, you paid $15. At the estate sale. What does this tell you about estate sales? You may not want to sell your stuff through an estate sale unless you're sure that you have an appraisal first. Okay? 15 bucks is way low. Now, it has decapitated heads. So if it's worth 400 without the damage, it's worth about 200 with the damage. You still only paid 15. Who can do the math and figure out the percentage? That's low. It's a low percentage. All right. Thank you for that, guys. On the bottom it says, Satsuma made in China.
Yes.
Satsuma is the design, the gold design with the figures on it. It is moriage, hand painted, wet slipware, some enamel work, but basically hand done. It's very beautiful, it's quite large, and these particular pieces are ceremonial pieces, pieces that would say you are in a place of greatness. Usually there are two, like Foo Dogs. Like lions at the gate, there's usually two of these. So when there's only one, people are usually somewhat concerned about why is there only one. But a lot of people will collect these for their massive form as well as their great detail. These sell, this one dates sometime between 1875 and 1905. Right? And their great detail are what increase value. It has gold leaf throughout, painted on. It also has that wet slipware, those dots and beading that you'll see throughout, sort of like, you know, the stars in the sky kind of things. Peonies and these flowers indicate prosperity. You're noticing that the geisha girls are all together in an interior area getting ready for a ceremony. And you'll also see that these particular figures are in good proportion on both sides. So you've got an outline cartouche all the way around, you've got sort of the night sky on this side, and then you have the peonies all the way through. So symbolism for the flowers, which I talk about on our website as well at drloriv.com, and on our Facebook and YouTube channels, you'll also see the way in which this all comes together as a program. Program meaning sort of a narrative as you go around the egg. Value on this piece, about $1,800 to about $2,000 in this condition. You only have one? Okay. Unfortunately, if you had both of them, we'd be talking $5,000 for the pair.
Wow.
Nice, nice.
That's the only one they had.
So you bought it at an estate sale, how much did you pay?
$50.
So that tells you that the person who's running the estate sale doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't it? So that family lost a lot of money because they believed that that estate sale person knew what they were doing. And when I say this, I get hate mail from the estate sale people. Oh my gosh, that's terrible, da, 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 da. We do a good job. I'm not saying you don't do a good job. I'm saying this is a big mistake for the family who you're supposed to know the values for. You're supposed to be able to identify it. So, I understand people make mistakes. I'm not infallible too. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, myself included. But basically, to lose that much money on it is a lot of money. It's good for you, Earl. You deserve it. You're a nice guy. But 50 bucks for something worth a lot more, that's a big problem. So, be careful and make sure that the people who you are enlisting to help you are properly identifying pieces. Nice to see you. So I was doing home appraisals. I come into people's homes and they show me pieces, and I saw a piece like this, and a woman said to me, well, you know, I wanted to have grandchildren, so I got a Buddha. So she did. She said, I got a Buddha, and every day I would just go over to the Buddha, I'd just rub his head, rub his belly, rub him, I'd touch him every day, because I wanted grandchildren. My daughter and my son, you know, neither of them were having kids. They were married, but they weren't having kids, and I'd keep rubbing that Buddha, and they'd say, will you stop that? 2 twins, the son and the daughter, 2 sets of twins. She said, it's all about Buddha. I'll never forget her, she was funny. So this particular piece is a Buddha. How did you acquire it?
We got it at an estate sale.
What made you buy it?
The lady kind of pressured us.
Oh, she pressured you, so that's why you bought it. What'd you do? You just got sick of her. You're like, oh God, I'll buy it. This is called Famille verte. Famille verte. This particular piece right here is Famille verte. Do you see the green tone to this? It's kind of a greenish color. Where you see the white, it looks a little green, right? Or it could be Famille rose, it would look a little red. So it's the way in which the clay is attended to. This particular piece is a piece of Famille verte. It dates to about 1825 to about 1850. It is not a 20th century reproduction. It's an early 19th century piece. It's worth about $250. What did you pay at the estate sale?
We think 75 for a lot.
Oh, so this was part of a lot with 75 bucks. So you did very well. So tell me a little bit about this piece.
I just bought it at an estate sale about 20 years ago.
What made you buy it at the estate sale? The Toyota Motor Company 1986 National Dealer Meeting in Tokyo, Japan, October 2nd, 1985, with an original design by Hoshu Koga, who is a relatively well-known late 20th century decorator. So you bought it. Did you see the Toyota marketing information? So all these guys who are selling Toyotas, you know, trucks and this and cars and that, they go to Tokyo. They go to Tokyo for a meeting. They don't go to Fredericksburg. They don't go to Dallas. They go to Tokyo for a meeting. You think you're paying too much for a car? Maybe. But that was the 80s when we paid too much for everything. All right? Okay. So you have that particular piece and you bought it at an estate sale. Maybe from the CEO of Toyota. Maybe it was his house. Right? So you went to the estate sale and you bought this. How much did you pay?
$20 20 years ago.
Okay, $20 20 years ago. The guy who had it in the estate sale, the CEO from Toyota, probably got it for $0, right? So now you paid for it at $20 and you paid for it when you bought your Toyota. You get me? Value on it, about $20. Value on your lamp is about $4,500. Your piece dates to the latter part of the 1890s until about 1907. Oh, your wife is holding her chest. Oh my gosh, I bought this crappy Toyota giveaway plate, and I hate that lamp, and that lamp is worth almost $5 grand. Woo!